Son, did you want to go home? What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. We are here today to talk about Love Island USA Season 8, Episode 5. And the name of the episode was called Episode 5. I think it's so funny that they just called the episodes, Episode 5, but at least they don't have to, really think about what's going on, okay? So the episode started off with Melanie, okay? Melanie is walking around saying, give me 10, give me 10. And Anaya ended up following her, and she ended up talking to Anaya, okay? Melanie says that she's crying because she doesn't like when people talk to her like that. And I feel like she felt like she couldn't really argue back and give it to Bea the way that she wanted to because she's disabled. And you have to look at the optics, right? She would have looked like a bully getting into it with a girl with a disability, and there's no way that she could have won that. Anaya tells her that she apologized and that's all she could have done. But I wish Anaya had said something in the moment because it almost makes it seem like that she's crazy, right? Bea is now talking to Trinity. Trinity said that she sees both sides. Bea says that she didn't. Trinity was honest with her and said it seemed like Bea was trying to get the last word. She definitely was. She had something to prove. She wanted to show the girls that she meant business, and she was trying to grandstand. And she ended up making a comment in a confessional that Melanie likes to be blunt, but she doesn't like it when people are being blunt with her. When have we seen Melanie be blunt? Yes, we see Melanie lose her shit when she found out that Sincere had pulled Kata for a chat, but we've never seen Melanie try to bully or pick on somebody.
Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that.
Bea said all she wanted was an apology. Yeah, baby, you got the apology, and she kept going. And I think that, you probably wanted her to give an apology to you, but she apologized to who it affected. It didn't really affect you.
This situation that we talking about ain't got nothing to do with you.
Well, it did, but it really wasn't your situation. And so Bea is saying that's how I communicate, but you got to change it, baby, because you can't talk to people like that. And then she's trying to frame it as that's how you talk to friends. Take accountability and change behavior. But you can't take accountability. And you're trying to frame it as friends, but you was trying to check that girl. And you could tell by how she was saying it in the confessional, I said what I said and I meant what I said. Bea got a chip on her shoulder because she doesn't have the other leg. And I'm not trying to be funny, that's just the truth.
I'm sorry. I have to be honest about it.
Then we see Sean and Bryce talking. Sean saying that he will be pulling Trinity for a track. My thing is, with Sean is what's taking you so long? You should have been pulling people for chats. You're single, you're vulnerable, and you're not doing anything about it. And you're wasting time sitting up here talking to Bryce. Bryce is saying that he ain't got no hard feelings about that. Bryce don't, to me, and what I'm seeing, Bryce and Trinity don't got no chemistry. I feel like they made an alliance to each other. They're going to, walk around and act like that they are together, or they feeling each other just to keep each other in the house. Then we get Corbin and Kenzie. I don't see the appeal for Corbin at all. I really don't. Kenzie asked Corbin what his type was, and he said her just running game. To me, it was lame. When they asked him his type later on in the episode, and I don't, mean to go forward, but he never said what his type was, and it was Kenzie. That's the only thing that he said, okay? He said that he didn't remember the kiss, and he needed to be reminded again. Whack, lame. But of course, Kenzie is falling for anything. She's a down for whatever type of girl, anything goes type of girl. She's not going to really speak her mind, and it doesn't seem like that she has a brain. We're going to talk about that later. Melanie and Sincere ended up having a chat, and she ended up telling Sincere that she needed him to be more in friends mode, or be in friends mode, okay? She tells him what happened at the fire pit with Bea, and they basically come to the conclusion that Bea was talking for Kenzie, and Kenzie never said. He ended up asking Melanie, did she want to explore? And she said that she does, that the new guy is her type. And I'm just confused because Sincere was already trying to explore. He shot his shot with Kata, he missed, and now he's acting like he didn't even try it. And he's embarrassed. I feel like that he's embarrassed that he missed. So he's trying to make it seem like it didn't happen. But nigga, we all saw it. He lets Melanie know that no matter what's going on, that she can always come and talk to him. And I think that was sweet. Kata ended up pulling Corbin for a chat, and she told him that all of the girls were excited that when he came in. And I guess that when she said that, he thought that she was easy, and he asked her for a kiss. And he used the same tired ass line that he used with Kenzie, and she said no. And he kept pushing, and she said no. I want to get to know more of you. And I think that the dudes feel like the girls are easy because of the type of show that they're on. But the women have a right to refuse kisses from these men outside of the challenges, right? And I'm glad Kata exercised her right to say no. Because I don't think that we see that often. For the most part, I don't think that Kenzie really even wanted to kiss Corbin when he asked her for a kiss, but I think that she feels like that she has to say yes because that's part of the game. I really wonder, does the women, because Kenzie seems like a pushover type. I mean, she is. We're gonna talk about it, but you know, I wonder, did the producer tell them you can say no? You can say no. Trinity ended up pulling him for a chat. He said that Trinity is soft-spoken. After a few more chats and conversations, a connection could be there, meaning that a connection is not there. Right after Trinity, Anaya ended up pulling him for a chat. Corbin said that his parents are still together. He's only been in 2 relationships, and he graduated 3 weeks ago, okay? I don't know how I feel because Corbin didn't ask Trinity or Anaya for a kiss, so I'm believing what the ex said about him on Twitter that I saw.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Sean ended up pulling Trinity for a chat. She said that she wanted to explore him because she doesn't care about Bryce. See, the truth will come out. The truth will come out. She said that he and Kenzie could have someone, and she doesn't want to take Kenzie's chance to have someone. And he should have told her, I don't give a fuck about Kenzie.
Fuck her.
That's how you stay in the house. I don't give a fuck about Kenzie like that. The same way she just told you she don't care about Bryce, you should have let her know if you were trying to stay in the house. I don't give a fuck about Kenzie like that, girl. I'm over here talking to you. Fuck Kenzie. Me and Kenzie not in no couple. Why you think I'm over here talking to you? Right? Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot, okay? So the girls get ready for bed, and Kata ended up telling Melanie and Anaya that Corbin was trying to kiss her. Before they got in bed, Sean ended up telling Kenzie that when she was dancing, it put him off when she didn't do anything for Zach.
Hey. What are you doing?
Nigga, what are you doing? Do you want to go home or not? I feel like that we have a male bombshell in the house, so we all know that a male is going home. So my thing is, what do we give a fuck about Zach for? Zach is invisible. Honestly, outside of Kata, we don't even know that Zach is there. I literally forgot that Zach was in the house today. Literally. So the next morning, Melanie tells some of the girls that Corbin asked to kiss 2 people the day before. Corbin ended up making a breakfast platter for all of the ladies since he's not in coupling. Bea asked Melanie if she can pull up for a chat later on. Melanie said yeah. And then we ended up seeing Kenzie and Anaya talking, okay? And they're excited because Kenzie said that she has so many options and she's liking a lot of them. Now, she said that she intended on having a chat with Gabe, but she didn't because I feel like she's scared of Bea now, right? Bea basically checked her about having chats with Gabe and letting her know. And so I feel like that she thinks that she's that Gabe is off limits. And we said that, you know, she had a chat with Corbin and Soul Ties and she was feeling him. And so Anaya ended up telling Kenzie that Kata said that he asked her for a kiss 3 times and it gives fuckboy. So right after that, Corbin and Kenzie ended up having a conversation and Kenzie went directly to Corbin and repeated word for word what Anaya had just told her.
I don't like this at all.
And that's why I don't tell a bitch shit, right? Because when your feelings get involved, you get to saying who said what and what was, you know, what was said. And I don't like shit like that because in my opinion, Kenzie was not supposed to repeat what happened, right? She was not supposed to repeat what happened because we don't know what that could mean for Kata going forward, right? You don't know what type of situation that puts her in. That conversation was supposed to say amongst the girls, and then you move accordingly with the information that you got. It wasn't meant for him to hear. Because if it was meant for him to hear it, she would have said it. She wouldn't have said it in the ladies' room, right? That's just how I feel. I thought that Kenzie was dead ass wrong for that, and I don't like that, okay? Kenzie even used the word fuckboy vibes, and you can tell that's not in her vocabulary. She said that because Anaya said that. It's almost like, do you have your own brain? He said that he was trying to move too fast when he got to bed, and he was by himself with his thoughts. He felt that he was wrong because he had an amazing conversation with Kenzie.
Nigga, please.
She said that it made her feel closer to Sean because he's very thoughtful. Anyway, next we get Bea and Mel. They ended up having a conversation. Bea said that she meant what she said, but she guessed it was her delivery. Mel said that it was her delivery, and her delivery was disrespectful. She said that when you came to me about what happened, I immediately turned to the person who it affected and said that I was sorry. Basically, bitch, that didn't have nothing to do with you, okay? Bea is still going on. She said, I was worried about Kenzie because she's vulnerable and single, and I don't know where Trinity is with Bryce, and you also don't know where Mel is with Sincere.
Like what?
And that's the reason why.
So my thing is, you was trying to pair Kenzie off so she could get out of this triangle with you and Gabe. And it's simple as that. I don't understand why people are having a hard time seeing it, okay? They both agreed to move forward. And then they talk about Bea being athletic and being a tomboy. And it has been my experience that male-identified women like Bea or girls who are tomboys tend to not like or have a disdain for feminine girls or emotional girls like Melanie, right? They see them as, over emotional, and they see them as dramatic. Bea ended up talking about her childhood, how her parents raised her to be strong, and she's not in tune with her emotions. I can see that. I can also see her parents not meaning any harm, but letting her know that, the world is hard and they're not going to feel sorry for you. So I can understand that, okay? Bea ended up having a chat with Gabriel, and he tells Bea that he's going to have a chat with Kenzie later on. Okay. Corbin and Mel ended up having a conversation or chat. Corbin tells Mel that he got in trouble. And what I love that Melanie did, she let Corbin tell her what happened, and she acted like she didn't know. And see, that's what I'm talking about right there. Salute the real bitches. Salute. That is showing me girls girl vibe, right? Even though she didn't really care for Kata like that, she didn't go and spread what she heard amongst girls. She could have went to him and threw salt in and say, yeah, Kata told me this, Kata told me that, and she didn't do that. And I love that she didn't do that. I love that she didn't do that. And see, that's the thing is, I feel like the people are not going to give Melanie credit for that, because I don't give a damn what nobody say. Kenzie was wrong. You was in your feelings and you threw Kata under the bus, even though Kata didn't even tell you that. Kata told Melanie and Anaya that. Kata didn't tell you that. So you running around telling it back to Corbin like you had firsthand information with some nasty words.
There's a special place in hell for a bitch like you. A special place.
I'm telling you, you got to watch people like that. That's why I don't tell a motherfucker nothing. I'll be sitting up there acting shocked like, yeah, what? Oh, wow, right? Corbin said that in his past life, he used to be a player. Nigga, you only 22. What do you mean in your past life? Sincere ended up talking to Anaya. I don't like how Anaya keeps babysitting Sincere's feelings, right? My nigga, you shot your shot and you missed, and now you literally losing your shit over Mel and Corbin, because he's the smart one, right? He said that, he's a bookworm. He knows that Mel is getting ready to go home because we got a male bombshell here, okay? I think that it's crazy the way that Sincere friends on Anaya, right? And now she's over here being a soundboard for him, right? But I feel like Anaya is going to try to go in. She's going to have to use a different bait. She's going to have to, be a good friend to him. And then she's going to try to shoot her shot that way, okay? Sincere ended up making an analogy about him being the fastest kid in school and all of the girls liking him. And then a transfer comes in and he's faster than him now, and all of the girls like him now. And he doesn't know what to do. Does that mean that he feels like Corbin is the finest man in the house now? He felt like he was the finest man in the house, and now it's Corbin. I'm not saying that's the truth. I'm saying, is that how he felt? That there's no other way I could take the analogy. Sincere tells Mel that she hurt his feelings when she asked him to listen to him as a friend. Now, I could see how he felt that way. After everything that transpired, now you're trying to friend zone me when we are a connection. Is wild. And it really would have had me thinking, damn, let me go pull Anaya for a chat, because I know she's not going to send me home, right? She still want a piece of me. Mel said that when you date someone, you baby them. I fucked up. Tell me that. I need you to be honest with me. That's what she meant by saying, I need you to be in friend zone. And I think that's the truth. I try to tell everybody the truth though, but I try to do it with love, right? And you have to, are you going to really tell somebody the truth when they're emotional about it? You get what I'm saying? Because she was crying and she was still kind of hurt about it. I find that when I watch other people, other friends, and other people in relationships, they don't usually tell people the truth unless they get mad at them. Or until they fall out, they usually tell them the truth. And I don't like that. To me, that's being fake. If you ask me something, I'm going to tell you the truth. Now, if we in front of people and you did something wrong, like for instance, if me and Bea was cool and she had came in Melody the way that she came in Melody, I would have sat there, I didn't say nothing, right? And I would have rolled for my friend. But once Melody had walked away and she asked me about it, I would have told her the truth. Girl, you was wrong. You was on one. You was on one. You was trying to, it felt to me that you was trying to punt the girl and you was wrong. You probably need to apologize a little bit later. They ended it with the kiss, so I guess they made up. Look, for me, when you have shot your shot and missed, do not come back over here to me.
Please go away from me with this.
Okay. We will never be the same anymore because You tried to explore and it didn't work out. And it seems to me like they both have been humbled after Mel found out that Corbin asked the two white girls or white passing girls for kisses. And he didn't ask her for one. He didn't ask her or anything black. She Afro-Latina, he didn't ask the Afro-Latina or none of the two black girls for anything. He only asked the white girls or white passing girls.
Clock that T.
Clock it.
Clock that T.
Clock it.
Clock that T.
Clock it.
KC ended up talking to Anaya. KC tells her that she looked good. And he ended up, pouring into her and filling her cup. And I loved it. He said the dark-skinned women get the short end of the stick. All of his family is all black, okay? Because there's a difference. He said that he had cousins that was insecure growing up because they didn't fit the European beauty standards. And Anaya said that she felt that way growing up, but now that she's older, she feels better about it. And he tells her to embrace it, and he loves melanin. Now, as I was online looking for screenshots, I seen people saying that was performative. I think the people who think that was performative need to check themselves because they just don't feel that way about Anaya and melanin. Because this is exactly how I feel for me. For me, the darker, the better. And I don't know why people think that it's they think that it's performative because they don't see it, right? But he even told her that on the first episode that she was his type, and he was surprised that she didn't open his door, and she seemed shocked. She seemed shocked, okay? KC said that he feels like their connection is the most steady out of everyone in the house, which is ironic because they was forced to be together. Remember, she was at Sincere Door. I don't think that she wanted KC. I think that she think that KC is sweet and she's happy that he's filling her up, but I don't really think that she's there for him like that.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
Kata and Corbin ended up having a chat. I feel like that he kind of asked her for a kiss again. Because he said, is that still up on the table or you don't want to give me a kiss?
Too much!
She said that she doesn't want to give it up that quick and she's not easy, okay? Kata said that she wants to leave the island with someone in a relationship and Corbin said that he does too. I don't know if I believe that. To me, I think that that's more game, okay? Kenzie ended up having a conversation with Gabriel. Kenzie basically said that she doesn't want to mess with Gabe because Bea is someone you don't want to mess with.
Don't you guys? I said it.
So she's scared, right? My thing with Kenzie is, girl, you a grown woman. You are a grown motherfucking woman. How you gonna let a bitch with one leg tell you not to, you know what I'm saying? Pursue what you want to pursue. And I really am asking myself, girl, do you really want Corbin? Or did Bea tell you to go over there and get with Corbin? And you scared? Bitch, blink. Blink twice to let me know that you okay. Because it doesn't seem like you know what you want. You go after what you want. Fuck Bea. Fuck Bea. Kata ended up getting a text that said there was going to be a recoupling tonight. The girls will choose. The boy not picked will be vulnerable, okay? Then Corbin ended up getting a secret text as a bombshell. He would be able to pick a girl that he wants to couple with, okay? Adriana comes in. She had on like a jumpsuit where you could see her panties and bra. It was all right. It wasn't all that. Last season, from what I saw, she was dressed really, really well. To me, I feel like for this to be episode 5, the times that we've seen her, I think that she had it right one time. The other times they've been misses, in my opinion. In my opinion, okay? Corbin ended up picking first. He ended up picking Kenzie, of course, okay? Everyone else chose who they was coupled with, and Sean is left single, vulnerable, and dumped from the villa.
Oh my God.
I thought that Trinity, the way that she started off, the reason why she was picking who she picked, she said, I haven't had that many conversations with this person. I thought that she was getting ready to pick Sean. I would have picked Sean, right? Go after what you want. But I guess her and, I feel like that she got to show loyalty to Bryce, right? I got to show some loyalty to him that, we're going to really do this thing or not. Now, we're going to see if he's going to show loyalty back because from what we see, it looked like I seen a white boy, a white girl, and a biracial girl coming into the house next week. So we're going to see what is really more of Bryce's type. The thing is, Bryce would have left Trinity's ass if Kata would have him. He don't want Trinity. And I'm not saying that because I don't see a connection with them. He don't want Trinity. Kenzie ended up saying that she was going to pick Corbin as well. Okay? I wanted Kenzie to pick first, and I wanted Kenzie to, I wanted them to shake shit up. I mean, it's still early. We got a lot of time for them to really shake shit up, but we'll see, okay? For some reason, I feel like production sent Sean home. With all that was happening in his hometown and the mayor and shit, I feel like that they was like, okay, let's get him up out of the house. And he's going home without a job.
You's a stupid motherfucker.
I feel like this was Sean's own doing. I feel like that he should have been pulling more people for chats especially Trinity, that he knew that she wasn't comfortable in her coupling with Bryce. She doesn't really want Bryce. You know what I'm saying? My thing is early in the morning time when you get up and you making Kenzie breakfast, go over there and throw some shit over there on a plate for Trinity so you can try to, let her know that you're interested. And I think that would have took him a little further. But my thing is you act like a nigga, you don't want to be in the house, because if I'm Kenzie, I probably would have paid Corbin too, because what the fuck are you coming to check me for or saying anything to me about Zach? You out of line.
You don't run me, bitch. You don't.
Don't come and tell me about, that turned me off. Well, I'm about to send you home. But y'all, that's all I got right now. Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate the level of support. Please like the video, y'all. Hype me up and all that good stuff. And I will see y'all later. Adios.